All right, everybody. We've got Coach Muse here, and we'll have Coach give an opening statement before opening up for questions.
First, everybody, thanks for hanging in with us here on a late Sunday night. It's 10:30. Hey, I'm extremely excited. I'm proud of these guys. I just told them, everybody's heads down a little bit, just the way the game finished out. Because I think we made a little bit of a meal of it, but at the same time, our ultimate goal when we started this 2 weeks ago, when the NCAA selections came out, was to advance, right, and play and carry, and we did that. So I told them at the very beginning of the season, we cannot take wins for granted, no matter what they look like. And man, we've had some dramatic ones this year. So I'm extremely proud. I thought the way we played in the first half, and even early in the second half, was some of our better soccer of the year. I thought our reactions and our counter pressing was excellent. And we dealt well with their restarts. We knew they're a big team, and second balls and flicks and all that stuff, very difficult to prepare for because frankly, we don't have a guy over 6'2", in preparation, but at the same time is they grind it. And that's what this team is doing. And, this group, from the day the selection show, even a little bit before, we've challenged them as a staff just to grind and work and fight. And I think you see that in our football right now. We got a good fighting mentality. Sometimes it's really clean and it looks nice, and sometimes we just survive. But in the end, people just look at the score, and in soccer, it's cruel, right? You can outplay a team and you look at the score and they lost, and that's all they see. They had no idea how you played. So right now, the only thing I'm looking at is that we're advancing and going to carry, and we're playing a really good Kentucky team on Thursday night, or we don't know when it is, Thursday.
Bobby, I thought you guys jumping on them kind of early and getting a couple goals, I don't want to say took their confidence away because they kept playing, but how big was that, especially with a young team like you guys have?
Huge. I mean, because we haven't really imposed ourselves for longer periods of time this year. So to start that way, and the energy the guys had from the kick, even to half, there was a couple of minutes where we had to defend a couple of restarts from some silly turnovers. But I thought we were on the front foot for a majority of it. And I think as coaches, you want to go in there and you want to prepare your group for maybe some adjustments that you can make defensively or with the ball, but you don't want to change it, right? Because you want them to continue doing what they're doing. And I thought we did that. I mean, I was just yelling at Omar on the walk over, is the game should have been over 10 seconds, 15 seconds in the second half. A player of his ability in that situation, that's what you want, right? That's what you want. Great flick on by Kyle Jose. And I think that would have been the dagger, John. But I'm really proud of the way the guys fought, and momentum changes is what this young team really needs to avoid, like negative momentum, right? And I think we had self-inflicted wounds today. And for us to advance and win games in the NCAA tournament, we have to take those away. And we're learning each and every day, right? Like, we get another 3 days of training and another game. Only 16 teams get to play it now. Before today, 32. So I'm excited.
Bobby, I was about to ask, do you think Omar remembers the two that he rifled in more than he remembers the one that he missed? Because, like you said, that he played great tonight, but that one shot obviously was big, right?
I'll tell you what, Les, I love the fact that everybody sees the ball go in the back of the net, and what a special player he is with that left peg, right, and especially in front of goal. But if you ask Omar to rate his performance today, he's going to want to be better. And I think that's the beauty about him and his work rate, and even this team, right? I mean, someone had a great game and they want to do things better. And no, he'll just the competitor that he is, he's going to remember the miss for sure. But he needs to remember the game winner that he scored there too in beautiful fashion. I mean, 2 big time finishes. Omar does not score like average goals. I think everybody that's seen him here play this full year, his goals have been great and come in crucial times as well.
Jelani, not a bad first tournament game for him, huh? As a freshman. With his passing, and obviously he got hurt. Is he going to be okay, or are you guys still looking at him?
Do you think this is my first interview, John Dale? Do you really think I'm going to tell you what?
Like, no, we'll talk about his passing. Talk about his passing.
Yeah, I thought Jelani was great, and he's been maturing each and every day. And a lot of these young guys have been thrown into the fire, and this is why they came here. I think what you saw with Jelani is our players need to smile. They need to enjoy themselves. And I think as young players, they're so critical of themselves when they make mistakes. And that's what I told them before the game at halftime, is like, make mistakes. You got guys around you to help you and pick you up. And just said it at the end of the game. It's like, but Jelani was playing with energy, and he was enjoying his game. And I think that the way we play, like, we can't grind all the time. We have to enjoy our football. And I think he did that tonight. And he was a lot cleaner. He was getting on the turn. where Jelani starts imposing himself a little bit is when he really gets good pressure on the ball, and he knocked a couple out of bounds in our press, which I think builds momentum and confidence for him. So I thought he was great tonight.
Coach, congrats on the win. Sorry if this has already been asked. I just joined a little bit late here. But it was a great game, and there were a few times on the broadcast where they cut away to the crowd, and it just seemed like they were really giving you guys some energy in those moments where you mentioned you had to recover from some mistakes. So just what was it like getting to play this game at home and have the crowd behind you?
It was incredible. I can't thank the community, the student body, but more importantly, our administration to even put this on, right? One of the few schools that wanted to host, that wanted to support their men's soccer program and the game of college soccer. And I'm blessed to be able to have the opportunity to call this place, my home, and my employer, because they did it safely. I mean, I feel bad for the fans here in Winston-Salem that weren't able to see it live and to be back at Spry, because obviously limited tickets, but it is, I told the young team this was their first NCAA tournament experience in crowds. But hopefully in a year from now, or less than that, I mean, it's going to be 6-7 months from now, that they'll be back, and this place will be 4 or 5 times as many people. So the crowd was incredible tonight. Again, I thank them for coming out, their support all year long, with just some crazy conditions and limited tickets and availability. And I thank our administration, because it's absolutely first class. The way the Clemson game went on, flawless, cleared the stadium. They mowed the field. Chris Williams and his crew are the best in the country. Water, mowed, and it was like there wasn't even a game played this week. So hats off to Wake Forest, the grounds crew, the administration, Aaron Bozeman, everybody that was involved with this.
Coach, is it fair to say that up 3-1 in the middle of the second half, your team was still committed to attacking pretty hard? Yeah.
I mean, we wanted to get the next one. I do think it's a game of chances. And again, we don't like to sit back, Les, so it's hard for us, right? With the ball or without it. And it's like just absorbing pressure. I feel like we feel like we're not doing our jobs, with and without the ball. So I would like to see a little bit more rhythm in the final third and keeping it for longer periods of time. But hey, if we're in the final third and we can get Jelani's or Chase's or David's or Jose's, you saw how great he was 1v1 in the second half, isolated. We want him to do that. And then if we have a little cleaner movements in the box, I think their goalkeeper made a couple of really good saves here tonight too.
Anything else for Coach? All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you very much. Here's Omar.
Thanks, Bobby.
Then we'll have Omar here to wrap it up. We'll open it up for questions for Omar.
Omar, talk about the early couple of goals you guys scored. I mean, that kind of set the tone, and then you kind of coasted a little bit in the second half. But what was it like for you guys to get that early lead like that in many of the guys' first tournament game?
Just being such a young team, having an early lead, like, it's good, but at the same time we have to maintain that lead, because just like teams like Coastal Carolina, they can just come back at any time. So we're just going to learn from our mistakes and hopefully go on to the next one.
Omar, out of this game, I asked Bobby this, but will you remember the 2 goals you made, or perhaps the one that you missed early in the second half more?
I'll definitely remember the one I missed early in the second half. I mean, obviously the first two goals I scored were great, but just having that sitter and being able to put that dagger is always going to be a little bittersweet in that stomach feeling. But obviously, just 'cause I like scoring, so just that miss is going to be the one I'm going to remember the most.
Did it feel like 2019 with actual people instead of cardboard boxes or cardboard people? What was it like with a pretty good crowd here tonight?
Oh, the crowd was amazing. I mean, it's not even, I would say, a fifth or a fourth of the crowd that I was able to experience my freshman year, but just having them back is such an amazing feeling.
What was the sentiment of the team as Coastal hit that second goal to get to within one late in the second half? It didn't seem like you all panicked.
I mean, it's the NCAA. It's tough stuff is going to happen like that. So we can't just be worrying about that same goal. We just got to keep moving on and just keep fighting. And just being a young team, we have that edge. We want to show everybody that just because we're young doesn't mean that we're going to be pushing around. We're just going to keep fighting until the end.
Anything else for Omar? All right. Thanks, Omar.
Thanks, Omar. Thanks,
Okay.
Stevie.